The Africa Caucus serves as a pivotal platform for leaders and stakeholders to engage in significant, impactful discussions on the crucial issues shaping the continent's economic growth and development. This year, the event, hosted by the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja, was themed "Facilitating Intra-African Trade, a Catalyst for Sustainable Economic Growth in Africa."
Education, training, human development as a whole, that is critical. Infrastructure. You talked about digital infrastructure in this case, but it's applicable across the board. And of course, the right regulatory environment, the right policies. And it's interesting that as we kick off our conversation, we focus on technology, but we learn lessons that are applicable across the board. Let us talk about developing our people, our manpower. Let us talk about developing our infrastructure, and let us get our policies right so that we can attract the resources, we can attract the investors, particularly, as we all know, the private sector, where the big money is. Whether it is our own domestic investors, whether it is foreign investors, portfolio investors do provide a flow of funds, but the real prize is foreign direct investment that goes so far in helping to increase productivity, grow the economy, create jobs, and achieve our ultimate goal, which is to reduce poverty. So, on that note, I look forward to the rest of the conversation about technology, about digitization. But I'd like us to really, during our next couple of days, focus on the resilience that we need to build in our economies. Let us look at, as I discussed earlier today, and was brought to my notice, let us look at things differently. When we want to look at immigration, let us look at the cost, not that what other people feel that it is a negative to their society. It can't be minus and minus. For us, it's a huge loss. So, of course, it's a gain for those on the other side who are receiving our best talent. And finally, let us focus on inequality. Whilst we are discussing debt, while we are discussing trade, let us focus on the core inequality, the fundamental inequalities that are holding us back across the board. So that's not my welcome address. That's for tomorrow. But I've taken the opportunity to really begin the conversation, and I look forward to the rest of the conversation on digital economy. But let's take every opportunity we can over the next couple of days to say what's really on our minds. Thank you.
Well, this is the African Caucus. It's a gathering of governors of the central banks and ministers of finance, who are actually governors at the World Bank, of Africa. So it's a gathering of the African continent to talk development. In this case, we're talking about facilitating intra-African trade as a basis for sustainable development. So in this short 2 days or so of discussion, we will come together, we will talk about inclusiveness, sustainable growth, inequality, the financial flows, climate change, a whole host of issues that affect African economies. This gathering allows us to table the issues of the moment, make our voices heard, make our requests, even our demands. And at the same time, it's an opportunity for people to also talk financing, to talk development financing in particular, but in general, to look for solutions to the development issues matters and perspectives that are affecting the African continent. It's an opportunity for an important dialogue that we will not pass up easily. We will make the most of it. We will come out, I believe, at the end of the day, with concrete proposals to move things forward on the African continent. That's why we're here. That's our determination. And that's what we hope to achieve. And Nigeria is happy and honored and pleased to be hosting this international and continental event. Well, I think overall, what we are talking about is the ability to facilitate trade, the ability to, as much as possible, connect our economies. And to the extent that a common currency will help with that, all well and good. In Nigeria, you would have heard just the other day the commitment to working out the details of allowing the sale in Naira of crude oil to the refiners, which allows them also now to refine their product and, of course, sell the refined products in Naira to Nigerians, thereby cutting out the whole international financial network, which really just adds to the costs of the product to the Nigerian consumer. By cutting out all those different costs and charges, letters of credit, and insurance, and so on and so forth. By doing that, we bring the product closer to the consumer and we bring the cost down.